When preparing a bid for electrical service work, accurate labor cost calculation is crucial. Here's a breakdown of how to approach this task. The first step involves determining your hourly labor rates. For example, you might charge $45 per hour for an electrician and $20 per hour for a helper. Next, you need to estimate the total labor hours required for the job. In your case, you've estimated 95 hours. Now consider the crew composition. You plan to send 3 men, 1 electrician and 2 helpers. Because you have multiple crew members with different hourly rates, you'll need to account for each role separately. To calculate the electrician's labor cost, multiply the total estimated hours, which is 95, by the electrician's hourly rate, which is $45 per hour. This calculation gives you $4,275 for the electrician's labor. For the helpers, multiply the total estimated hours, which is 95, by the number of helpers, which is 2, and then by the helper's hourly rate, which is $20 per hour. This results in $3,800 for the helper's labor. To find the total labor price, add the electrician's labor costs and the helper's labor costs together. So, $4,275 plus $3,800 equals $8,075. This $8,075 represents the total labor price for the bid based on your initial estimates. Several additional factors are important to keep in mind. Firstly, this calculation only covers labor costs. You must determine the material costs separately. Use your preferred method, such as an electrical price guide, to accurately estimate the cost of all necessary materials. Secondly, ensure that your estimated labor hours are reasonable. Base your estimate on your experience and a thorough understanding of the project's scope of work. A detailed assessment will help you arrive at a more accurate estimate. Thirdly, it's wise to add a contingency buffer to your labor hour estimate, typically around 10 to 15%. This buffer helps account for unforeseen circumstances or unexpected delays that may arise during the project. Finally, remember that the total labor price should include overhead costs and a profit margin. Overhead costs include expenses such as insurance, office expenses, and vehicle costs. Profit margin is the percentage of revenue that exceeds the total costs. Incorporating these factors into your pricing will ensure that your bids are profitable and sustainable. In summary, to calculate labor costs, firstly, determine hourly labor rates for each crew member. Secondly, estimate the total labor hours required for the job. Thirdly, account for the number of crew members in each role. Fourthly, calculate the labor price for each role, then add them together to get the total labor price. Fifthly, determine the material costs separately. Sixthly, ensure that your estimated labor hours are reasonable. Seventhly, consider adding a contingency buffer to the labor hour estimate. Eighthly, factor in overhead costs and profit margin into your pricing. By following these steps, you can create more accurate and competitive bids for electrical service work. Remember that accurate cost estimation is fundamental to running a successful and profitable electrical contracting business.